Hello, 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 and welcome. It is Sunday and it feels like Saturday. And I was not sure if I was going to get to this live, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But I'm going to give you guys a minute to get here. I am sending out notifications that I am actually live. I'm going to answer questions tonight too. I want to be of service to you guys and help as much as I possibly can. So let's just see who's out there, who's on. I am broadcasting on TikTok, and then I'm also on both my YouTube channels and on Facebook. So we'll see how this goes. It has taken me literally 2 hours to get my butt into gear and do this live. Funny thing about taking breaks from social media for your mental health, sometimes it's a lot. Hey, Go Live Vegas, welcome, welcome. Sometimes it's a lot to get back into it, right? And I've been busy this week. I've been super busy, but I've been doing a lot of writing as well. Cartomancy's over on YouTube. Hey, girl, what's up? We got a bunch of people filling the room on TikTok. So wherever you're watching me from, please say hello. Let me know that you're here. I just sent out some shares and notifications. And I know on all the platforms, the notifications always kind of take a minute to to go out, but I am here. I've spent the week. Ashley, what's up? I have spent the week redoing my entire garden. I was actually going to put it off this year. Wasn't sure if I had the energy and mind space to do it. And then I finally, Sunday night, went to bed and I was like, nope, you're going to do it. And it took a lot for me to do all of that. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was doing the garden stuff. So plus working and dealing with clients. And then I hurt my neck and shoulders by sleeping. Hint, y'all, because our temperatures here in Texas changed by 30 degrees overnight. And I was asleep with the fan in my bedroom, the ceiling fan. I sleep with it on in the summer because it gets warm at night. Well, I did that the other night when the temperatures dropped down from, it was like 70 degrees to about 40 something in the evening. You should not sleep with your ceiling fan on. I have 3 titanium discs in my neck. And so my muscles froze up from the damn fan. And I get weird electric pains. Hey, Andy, I get weird electric pains in my neck when my muscles freeze up like that. And then I was unable to move my neck or get the shoulder knots out until this morning. So I actually had to do my Hidden Wisdom monthly forecast late. And I told them yesterday, I couldn't turn my head by last night, 3 days. Hey, Mary Beth from New Jersey, welcome in. Who else do we have on this stream? We've got Andy. Let me look. Let's just see. Because we've got some people watching over on the YouTube and on the Facebook. I've got both my business and my personal page. Ashley, Mary Beth, Andy, Angelica, Jason, what's up? Too old to care about much. That's kind of how it feels right now. So there's a lot of things that I will tell you this. For those of you who never watched me before, I'm a master life coach, been doing it for 25 years, long before coaching was like a thing. And I help a lot of people through trauma, through survival mode, but I'm also a natural health practitioner. And I've been doing that for 25 years. So I'm a holistic, I consider myself a multidimensional holistic practitioner. I deal with all of you, your mind, your body, your spirit, all the things, because I'm a clairvoyant as well. I've been as an empath as well. Raise your hand or tell me yes in the chat room if you are an empath. This energy for the last few months has been rough. The last, all of October was kind of what I've been telling everyone is like shit show energy. It's like, if you are someone who likes truth, if you are someone who does not like discordant energies, conflicting energies, when you know someone's lying, and I'm a Sagittarius, double fire sign, then all the lies get you to your core. Cartomancy on YouTube saying yes. Yeah. So it's been rough. It has been rough. Even though I know that these things are going to happen, I do forecasts at the beginning of the month in my monthly membership called Hidden Wisdom. If you guys want to check it out, it's $40 a month. I do a monthly forecast on the 1st. Then we do monthly coaching, and then I add health sessions and all these other things we do in there. But even though ahead of time, I prepare with the astrology and I do tarot cards for each one of the elements, fire, air, earth, water. Like I know what's coming a month in advance or more. And I share those things. That does not mean, and I want to be clear about this for those of you who have gifts, I want to be clear about this. Just because you know doesn't mean when it's happening that you're all good, which is why I named today's talk how to navigate life through all this bullshit. And it is bullshit. And I'll tell you guys, like, there's a reason why I was struggling to want to come on to live stream. I haven't really been wanting to make content either because the noise is loud. My patience been tested, especially recently. Yeah, for sure. For sure. The world feels insane right now, honestly. With some of the stuff I've seen on social media, I can't argue with that, Angelica. This too shall pass has often been in my head. I actually have a wooden sign that used to be in my office when I lived in Colorado that said that this too shall pass. But that statement is not enough right now. Which is why I thought, as much as I would like to be in my hidey hole and play introvert because I'm comfortable there right now, it feels safe. I was like, not right now. Like it's time to jump on. And we're going to do things a little bit different tonight, especially here on TikTok, because I can bring some of you up if you guys want to talk, but I'm also fine talking to you guys through the comments and in the chat. Let me just tell you this on an overall basis for the month of November. We are in the time of Scorpio. Anyone in here is Scorpio or have Scorpio people that are close to you? Because be prepared. Scorpios don't deal with bullshit like the surface level stuff very well either. Scorpios they dive deep. But because it's a water sign, it's very emotional. The veil is thin. I'll tell you guys that. November, the veil is thin. So you're gonna be able to feel through things, which then makes a lot of what's happening even more difficult to deal with. Hey, Justice for Owners on YouTube, welcome in. It's good to see you, my friend. Hello, Dorothy on TikTok. So yeah, the veil's thin this month. I wish your Scorpio rising, Cartomancy. So I wish I could tell you guys, oh, November, everything turns around. Like sometimes I watch some of the tarot reader people and reader people on social media. I can't last longer than a couple minutes because my spidey senses get irritated and then because I've been a professional clairvoyant and medium. I mean, I did murder investigations and found missing people, like all this stuff. I've written a book about it. I don't put up with the fluff. I am not a fluff person. I never will be. Sometimes it irritates my kids because I'm very cut and dried as a truth teller and a Sagittarius. If you guys know anything about Sages, we tell the truth and we shoot straight from the hip. Like there's just no bullshit. If I'm going to tell someone something, I'm going to tell you. If you're going to ask me a question, I'm going to give you the truth. Sometimes I will try to not sugarcoat it, but ease you into it. And there's ways, thankfully, with intuition that you can, what I call backdoor somebody. I do this with my coaching clients all the time. I know when someone's resistant to hearing the truth of something about them or their lives or their relationships. And then I have to find a way to say things so that it lands gently. and doesn't create massive tension. I see a lot of BS, right? Right now with people wanting to fluff shit up. I don't know how you fluff up what's going on right now. Like, I'm sorry. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the bullshit. It would be so refreshing to hear from mainstream media and our govern like, I don't even want to call them leaders because they're not. They're not leading. They're leading us to hell right now in a handbasket. Anywho, it would be nice for them to just deliver the truth and stop making us have to sort through all of the lies to find little threads of truth. As someone who likes truth and being in the time of Scorpio where we want truth too, and the veil is thin and we can feel the discordant energies, it would be nice. Do you guys agree? Or are you just like, no, I like working my way through the bullshit? I don't. Time was already wonky. Now the clock change has made me feel off. I have thought multiple times today, Justice Rona, that it's Saturday. I keep thinking it's Saturday. It's not. It's Sunday. Somehow, somewhere I missed a day, but that would have been yesterday when I couldn't move my neck. I agree. Why waste time? Let's get right to it. Yeah, seriously. Hello, Muse on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see all of you. Like, so for those of you on YouTube, I'll show you what I'm doing. I am broadcasting over on the on both Facebook, on my business page, my personal page, and then I have 2 YouTube channels. I'm on both my channels right now. So if you prefer to watch on YouTube, go to either one of my channels at Bernadette Golden, the number 1, or you can watch on the Gold Factor. I have it on both because I have like over 1,000 followers from my old channel, and I'm just not going to like jump to the new one. I was fed. You have no idea how exactly bad. I do know how bad it is. Oh, you mean how bad you're feeling, Cartomancy? Fell back asleep, woke up, thought it was the afternoon. Turns out it was still morning. Yeah, today's energy, the whole time change thing has just been, it's been weird. Monday, it's Sunday. So yeah. So anyhow, with the way that everything's been going, y'all know, if you followed me for any amount of time, and if you're new to me, hi, welcome. Nice to meet you. You know, though, if you've been following for me for any amount of time, or you've worked with me, I'm very much about keeping it positive and having gratitude no matter what's going on. But there's been this energy that has not felt natural at all. STSSCI. Oh, government. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Cartomancy. No, I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. There's been this energy that is not felt natural. Tell me in the comments if you guys know what I'm talking about. So much so that for the last couple of weeks, and I talked to Andy about this, I'm like, they are blasting us with frequencies that are not natural. Like, I have no doubt that they got the freaking harp, derp, or whatever bullshit fired up with ultra low frequencies and a bunch of stuff. Like, it is not natural. Nothing about, and as someone who is an intuitive and who has been around this planet for 59 freaking years, 58, don't add that. I'm going to be 59 in December. I got one more month of being 58 and I'm going to take advantage of it. Somebody who's been around for a while with these gifts, I know the difference between natural energy, manufactured energy. Shit feels manufactured. It does not, it's coming in waves that are not natural. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And I hope I don't sound crazy, but like, I've been looking at things going, something's up. Like this, and it's making me upset. I'm like, how do we deal with that? To me, it feels pre-World War III. Pre-World War III, or we're in it. We just don't it's war. There literally it's war, but not the normal kind of war that we're used to seeing. Been full of rage this past year. I hear you. Gratitude is important, absolutely. Getting emotional in events. Yeah. Okay. I feel like my energy's been drained. It does feel like that. Not sleeping good, not waking up. I feel like I have not slept in days. So that's another one of the symptoms, right? Like all of this. Do you guys know how bad across the board insomnia is for no reason? No, like someone pulled the plug during the day. We're all drained, pushing through. And then at night, someone turns the lights back on, and then none of us can sleep because we're like, what the fucking, right? Feel the vibration from my feet the past couple of days, slightly off center. The sky looks very cartoon. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, cartomancy, agreeing. Energy's low and has been. Yeah. So, it's not natural energy, y'all. And oh, I know EMF radiation, but it goes beyond just EMF radiation. I have a little counter, well aware of what different appliances are radiating from the phone to the Wi-Fi to all the things. I'm telling you energetically from the way the waves are coming in. They're not natural. Look at the Schumann frequencies. They're not natural. They're not normal. I never sleep properly. And if I do, and I dream, they're very weird. Feels like tiny earthquakes. Right. So cartomancy over on YouTube, you worked for the government. I know, girlfriend, that you are fully tuned in and plugged in as a psychic as well. And a remote viewer, you tell me, am I crazy? Because I actually think that this is orchestrated properly. Because if you can control people's energy, you can control the people. And there is so much screwing down, tightening down the control grid right now. And that has been so obvious. Been getting weird sleep. Yeah. Yeah. So, haven't been getting many dreams. My body's buzzing in a bad way. All right. So, even though these things are happening, even though we still have ways to not let it take us down, which is what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. Cartomancy over on YouTube, she is a remote viewer, and she's been on the planet for several decades as well, professionally in the same sort of space as I'm in, and she worked for the government. She's saying right on the money. So just so you guys know, like, I know I'm not crazy. Sometimes saying it out loud to people that I don't know who's watching, I wonder, y'all think I'm crazy. But at this point, I don't really care. I feel things on such a deep level right now that I know I'm not. I know I'm not. And I've talked to enough people, and enough people have messaged me and said, Bernadette, what the hell's going on? And in my communities, online, and the people I work with, everybody's feeling it. Everybody's feeling it. You have a grounding mat on your bed. Your dog started to. So I have biomagnetism magnets. I'm a biomagnetism practitioner. So I have these are medium-sized magnets. I have big ones. I have these ones, this size versus this size, on the four corners of my bed to help with grounding. I have a grounding pad thing. I never really use it. I think the magnets are a little more stable as far as keeping the energy polarity straight. I also have a lot of tourmaline under the four corners of my bed. And I spend a lot of time barefoot outside with my dogs. So there's a lot of things you can do to help ground. I was trying red light therapy to try and help with sleep. Nothing seems to work for long. And that is why I'm telling you guys that the energies that we are up against right now are not normal. So where do you get these magnets? You can get them on Dr. Garcia Biomagnetism, these specific ones. You can get them, these specific ones, from his website. But they do sell magnets on Amazon as well. But you need high Gauss magnets, like 1500 or above, 1500 to 2000 Gauss, for them to be effective. So these things aren't perimenopause. You could have perimenopause going on at the same time. I'm not going to say you don't, but all of us are up against this energy, right? So you have to take into account so many things right now. Someone told me to get shungite pyramid. I didn't put it next to your bed. One of the best things you can get and use. You guys see this? It's hard to find big pieces like this, but you can buy a pound of black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is one of the best stones I know to help clear energy, right? One of the best stones that I know. I buy this stuff by the pound usually. They don't usually come in big pieces like this anymore. I got this piece probably 10 years ago in a bunch of them, but I keep them in the four corners of my bed. Under the four corners of my bed, I have a Big Daddy tourmalated quartz stone that helps with clearing and stuff like that. Quartz amplifies the tourmaline. That will come in the house if I need extra oomph. But you can put tourmaline under your bed to help keep your energy under your bed, the square of your bed. You can put them in the corners of your room. Just don't vacuum them up. You can put them in the little stones over doorways. You can put them on your windowsills. Those are things you can do to help, right? You're a rock lady. Cool. But the first step of becoming empowered, the first step to not letting the energy roll you quite as much, you're still going to feel the waves of energy. And I know some high level protection mechanisms. I still am feeling the waves. TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. What about it? We're just talking about energy right now. I'm not going to do any of the health stuff tonight. Like, that's unless something comes up and you guys have questions, specific questions. Even though we can use things like grounding, breath, frequency, right? Like, literally, I have my Rife machine. See that computer over there? It's running 8 generators right now, Rife, from different clients I'm working on, and I'm working on myself as well. Even though I have all those things, I am still, to a certain degree, getting bombarded by certain energies. And a lot of it has to do with thought forms and thought frequencies. Well, November, the theme of this month, after I did the Hidden Wisdom forecast. So those of you guys who are in Hidden Wisdom, and I know the ones on YouTube, a couple of you are. If you did not watch the monthly forecast, go watch it. But the theme of the month really, or the warning of the month, is watch what you say. Your words are going to create things rather quickly. So any of you who are really good at manifesting, get prepared. Things are going to manifest quickly. But things only manifest quickly when your energy and emotions are charging that thing, right? So be aware of what you're saying. Be aware of what words you're putting into play. I want to touch back on something that Justice for Owners on YouTube said. It feels like war. It is war. It's just like, if anyone thinks we're going to go to war, no, we're in it. It's called cyber attacks. It's called energy. It's called food scarcity. It's called, it just, everyone's looking for country against country. Like, no, y'all, look at what is happening across the globe. But most of my followers right now are in the US. So y'all know, they changed, what department was it, to the Department of War, Department of Defense. No longer the Department of Defense, it's the Department of War. That's very offensive. And then they're talking about um, building more private prison. For what? For who exactly? And I gotta be cautious about what I say and how I say it, because I don't need any more violations. Been doing inner cleansings. It's helping a bit. My body feels lighter. I was not feeling well for weeks. A lot of people are being pushed to do cleanses right now. A lot of people are being pushed to focus on getting their body strengthened. And I suggest anybody, everybody work on your physical issues, because your energy control, emotional control is not going to be there if you don't have higher level of physical energies. And we've all got stuff that's going on in our bodies too. So when was the last time they increased this energetic grip? I'm telling you, they're messing with us constantly right now. Constantly right now. The shutdown is part of the war. It's already here. Yeah. Well, that and the National Guard, like, this administration is using the frozen guys and their budget. If you look at what they're spending money on to do things against the citizens, this isn't about immigration. They're building their own private police force that are untrained and that are very biased and full of hatred, unfortunately. Recovering from surgery. Oh, sending you prayers, friend. Sending you prayers. Rest, man. It wasn't even that long ago I had surgery to remove that tumor, and I remember how exhausted I was. I remember how very tired I was. I am glad to be bouncing back. But what I was saying about the gratitude thing, even though, like, I am very clear every day, start my day with gratitude, set my intentions, talk to spirit, spend time outside. Before I even get my day going, that is what I'm doing for a good hour and a half while I'm sipping my coffee. I'm talking to spirit and hanging out with my dogs and kind of watching nature. The administration is at war with the public. Absolutely. And they're cranking it up, which is why I'm telling you, I just do not think this energy is natural. That being said, even though I have a lot to be grateful for right now, personally, like, I'm alive. My hair is growing back, right? From bald. My eyebrows are back from bald, from going through chemo. My body is bouncing back. Like, everything in that way is great. I'm alive. I'm with my family, right? A lot to be grateful for. But then in comes these weird, not Bernadette kind of thoughts. Very dark thoughts. And they're not thoughts that I normally would think. And spiritual attacks are a real thing. That may, for some of you that aren't that spiritual, you may think that that's crazy. It's not. Like, psychic attack is a real thing. Spiritual attacks are a real thing. And I don't know about the rest of you, but, like, I will get the energy will shift really negatively low. And then all of a sudden these weird thoughts start coming through my head, and they're not mine. Like, they're not mine. So let me just tell all of you, in order to navigate some of this, one of the questions you have to constantly ask when you're starting to feel and think things that are like taking you down a weird road, is this mine? Are these thoughts mine? Is this energy mine? I've talked to so many people that are like, I feel so depressed and I don't know why. And it's like, did you ask if it was your energy? Like, literally, I went to the store the other day and it was so bizarre because I was fine getting out of my car and I passed by one person, and the wave of holy hell, sad anger, resentful energy that came off of this person, and the thoughts that I was picking up on from them was rough. Came home and I took a salt bath. Like, that ain't mine. I don't want that. And grounded back out and then sent some prayers to that person. But it's that sort of assault that you're picking up too on the roadways. I on If you're going to work out, I work from home. I'm lucky. But if you're going to work and you've got coworkers, you're picking up their energy. And the energy right now, unfortunately, is not a loving, kind, compassionate, empathetic energy. It's very conflicting and it doesn't feel good. So we've got to do our part to rise above it. And the first thing you can do is just check in. Is this mine? And if it's not, think no farther on it and do your best to start shifting and focusing on something of higher nature. So, what do you have to be grateful for? What's going right for you right now? What's going right in your body? Do not take for granted the smallest things, whether it's your health, your relationships, your car, roof over your head, food, simple things, just simple things. I barely go out, try not to go into places with a lot of people. See, that's the other thing too, right? There's a lot of people who've become very insular since COVID, especially, and all the lockdowns. Like, that threw everybody into survival mode. And I honestly don't know that people really healed all of that. I think it added to a lot of traumas. I think it brought up a lot more traumas. And I think we have to work really hard on healing all of that stuff on top of what's going on now. If you watch the videos coming across, especially on TikTok, holy hell, like the videos coming across your feed of citizens getting thrown to the ground and beat up, and some old woman was popped in the head with one of those rubber pew pew things from ice, and I think it was horrible. It was horrible, like, for no reason. These images have become normalized. That too, whether you believe it or not or realize it or not, are an assault to your emotions, to your psyche, to your mind, and to your subconscious. You're not going to feel safe. So if you already were struggling with survival mode before because of past traumas, and then we have all these other things, and now they're taking the SNAP benefits, and oh my God, the healthcare is going to increase. And there's all these things coming at us every day, every day. Thank you, Mr. Andy, for the gifts. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's not been the same. You're assaulted by this kind of energy and these thoughts like all the time. To think that that's not seeping in at some level and weighing heavily upon you is wrong thinking. Like, you have to know what you're digesting is actually having an effect on you. It's actually doing its work to keep you in order. A lot of people are in fear right now. Fear is like one of the biggest energies I keep picking up on no matter where I go. I was horrified to see some people, adults, dressed as the Frozen officers for Halloween. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's not funny. It's not cute. That's where faith comes in. Trust in God. Look, you can trust in God, and I do. I trust in the wisdom of God. However, that doesn't, let's just say, let us off the hook from having to take care of ourselves and the people around us. We are being called to step up and shift and change things. Stabby Unicorn, what's up? What's up, girlfriend? It's good to see you, my friend. Sometimes I think in the spiritual communities, there's a lot of this talk about, let go, let God. There's a lot of spiritual bypassing going on in the world right now. There's a lot of people in the spiritual communities and the metaphysical communities that are all love and light. And I'm like, love and light ain't gonna fucking cut it right now. Excuse my French. And oh well, if you love and light and it won't affect you. That's the sort of narcissistic thing that's been happening and building and actually applauded by our current administration, that makes everybody just be concerned for themselves. We need less of that and more. How can I serve? How can I bring value? How can I help? Literally, we need to be the ones that turn this around. Like, nobody's coming to save us. If you believe and trust in God, taking Trump, stop lying to yourself and pushing. All right. So I do not I don't have a moderator right now, but I'm going to tell you guys right now. I'm not playing on live stream anymore. So if I have someone come across my comments, like this uninformed individual that wants to come into the comments and start the whole Trump bullshit, you're going to get blocked. Like, feel free to say whatever you're going to say, reveal yourself so I can block you quickly, because I'm playing. I'm done with playing all the bullshit games. Anyhow, we cannot bypass this stuff. We cannot, let's rely on other people and, let God, right? We got to do something. Exactly, Denise. I was always told God helps those who help themselves. Let me just explain to you guys this, because this is something from the patriarchy from way back that we literally have got to overcome. And the only way to overcome, you're welcome to, Ashley, if you have mod privileges. I thought I got rid of all the mods just to not have to rely on anyone and make anyone feel responsible for knocking people out. I have no problem knocking people out. It's kind of fun. Anywho, tell me in the comments if you guys are well aware that part of the patriarchy was building religion and combining it with government to control people, to put them in fear, to make them compliant. And a big part of religion is to render you useless. How many of you are aware of that? Because, man, again, I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. If you want someone who's fluffy, you should probably go look someplace. You want the truth? Come follow me. Let's talk. You believe that totally? I mean, look at it. Look at it. Look at what happened with the missionaries and the colonizers and all the bullshit. Jesus did not come here to start a religion. Jesus came because the people were no longer really worshiping God. They were worshiping the mighty dollar. He went into the temples and he flipped the tables and he's like, F all the stupid laws you guys all have set up and all of that stuff. And he never said, worship me. The kingdom of heaven is within you. That's what he said. That's what he taught. He taught, love one another. He taught, feed the poor. Heal the sick. He did not go and hang out with all the holy rich people. He hung out with the people who were hurting, who were sick, who were prostitutes. He didn't judge them. It is easy to misinterpret the Bible. Absolutely. And you've got Gnosis, man, as your name, so I'm assuming you know the Gnostic text as well. But we go beyond, I go beyond just the Gnostic text. I go to some of the older religions or beliefs and cultures. Like, I've studied all of that stuff. Christianity is one of the newest damn religions on the planet. And I'm telling you, since the inception of it, we have had nothing but fucking wars. War after war after war. It's a holy war. God told me to go in and kill these people and take the land. Really? That's what happened? Huh. Okay. We have to stop it. We got to stop believing in the lie that someone's better than over there. There is no them and us. There is just us. We are all one. Why would you try to change people's beliefs and tell them they are wrong instead of being with them? Yeah, exactly. Trying to understand them, living with them. We literally, like what I see happening right now in the world, this separation, the isolation, the pitting one culture against another, one color against another, one party against another. This literally is those who have power and have money and have greed creating a further separation so that we will serve them. War makes 3 generations of compliant people. Cartomancy on YouTube is saying, yeah, I agree. God has always been a man-made concept. Yep. I mean, I do believe in a creator. There's too much evidence in my life, in my native friends and indigenous friends' lives, in the Asian culture. There is a creator. But we have misinterpreted, because of Christianity, so many things. And it is like, ain't no hate like Christian hate. Just saying. And I went to Catholic school, and my mother was a born again. I was in the church, and I could not handle it. Could not handle it. So many beautiful cultures have been lost in the name of Christianity and still are. So many precious lives have been lost because of Christianity. We need something to believe in, but we always get God wrong. Yeah, that's true too. God is not a figure in the sky. God is an energy source that creates all of life. It is a pulsing, live source. I've described it on this live stream enough times, what I've told you guys about. We won't get into that, but when people come into my comments and they're like, just, you got to have faith. Faith in what? And faith in who? Look, I have faith that in the end of all things in this lifetime, that nature will take its course and there is something beyond. I don't believe that we just die and we're buried in the earth and that's that. I know that there's something beyond this. I've had far too many experiences with it to think that. I do know at some point it will all be in perfect order. The universe runs really well. The planets, the gravity, the orbiting, it all is orchestrated perfectly. I have faith in that. I do not have a lot of faith in man because his mindset is changeable. Power and greed is such an insidious disease on this planet, and it has taken over, literally taken over. This isn't about is God good or bad. Like that, there is one creator, life force energy that all of us are operating under. This much we know. Those are questions like, is God good or bad? Like those are judgment calls. Like light and dark all exist and work together, but there are higher frequencies and there are lower frequencies. Everything can blend together in the end. I do believe that. We need to learn what God is not. Yeah, well, God is not hatred. Anywho, trying to stay on target here. You guys are, and I love that you guys are commenting. We keep getting off my train of thought. one of the things that I think is super important right now is to be very much aware of and in control of your energy, knowing what's influencing your thoughts, your feelings. Where are you investing your attention, your time, right? Are you acting or reacting out of what energy? In other words, am I reacting because subconsciously it's just I'm just in reaction mode, I'm living on autopilot and default mode, or am I intentionally acting? Am I pausing enough to choose where I'm coming from and who I'm being? And most people right now are not. Most people are snapping. They're in reaction mode, literally in reaction mode all the time. And I'm not saying that as a criticism. I'm saying that is our reality right now. We have a lot of people in survival mode, and the numbers are growing exponentially because more and more people and their livelihood and what they're used to and what they know is being ripped from them. Like all of our laws, all of our safety nets, everything's being stripped away, which is putting everybody on high alert and hypervigilance. And if you already had some level of survival mode, well, that just went up a notch because now I can't even trust the things that I trusted in before, right? That's me today. Everything has had me on edge. Just know that you're not alone. Like, know that you're not alone. I know they're unconscious, but we can't do anything about them. What we can do something about is us. We can do something about becoming aware. The first step to rising above this stuff is awareness. Anytime that I help someone with any kind of transformation, any kind of shift, any kind of even physical healing, the number one step has to be awareness. You have to be aware of what is the problem within you or the imbalance. I want to say problem. What's the imbalance? What's causing it? Where's it coming from? Right? So we deepen that awareness. How am I either locking that in, or how am I actually processing it through? Right? Am I in fear? Am I in defense mode? Did you guys know statistically over the course of the last 5 to 10 years that narcissism has grown and multiplied? The number of people that, and it's equated, like the studies they've done have said it's because of social media. More people are like, me. What about me? Right? If you've ever dealt with narcissists, you know they all go on the same playbook. Now we have leadership that's very narcissistic. So then it sort of sets the tone. Whenever our leaders are that way, it sets the tone and almost gives permission to people to be more self-centered and selfish. And so we are seeing a blatant disregard for other people and their rights, their feelings. And then there's this gaslighting constantly. We're gaslit by the administration. We're gaslit by corporations. We're gaslit in healthcare, right? We're everywhere you turn, you're being flipping gaslit. And then they're flipping the narrative and going, no, that's not what's happening. You said, and it makes you crazy. Yeah, no empathy at all. None. I did a post and a video, and I don't know how many people actually caught on to what the hell I was talking about, because I was talking about what narcissistic leadership looks like. And of course, I can't say certain names. Y'all know we're all being watched. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge of account loss. And ever since my last little live got nixed, my views on my account have dropped significantly. And I'm not even posting any more political stuff, not really. And when I do it in sort of a veiled way, right? Like I have to be super careful now because I don't want to lose this account that I've built up since February to almost 11,000 followers. Like what the hell? Right? So we have even with the platforms and algorithms now are telling us don't say this, don't say that, don't believe this, don't believe that. Like the algorithm, I feel like has become somewhat abusive at times. It's just like you don't get to talk about the truth. You don't get to know the truth. Like bring back the dancing videos. Like I don't know about you guys, but like literally in the last couple of months, my for you feed on TikTok's been crazy. I don't know about Facebook at all. It just I haven't been over there, you know. Literally, like it's garbage. It's turned to garbage. A lot of the people that I've followed that were truth tellers, like me, they're gone. They're off the platform. I have to follow them over on Blue Sky, or I have to follow them on Substack, right? Which is a little annoying because Substack just constant emails. I did turn my email notifications off, so I don't have to go through that anymore. But then I have to sort through all of the stuff that I want to actually read about. So y'all, like we're under assault all the time, and it's not truthful. And it starts to make you feel like, am I crazy? Then you have these waves of energy coming at you all day, every day. And you're like, and I'm flipping exhausted. Oh, and then I can't sleep or stay asleep. Food doesn't taste right. Have you guys noticed that? Food does not taste good. Food doesn't taste right. It tastes very chemically. What am I trying to? You guys know what I'm saying? It doesn't taste natural. It tastes like there's a lot of built up chemicals in it, from the chicken to the meat to even a lot of the vegetables and fruits. That's why I decided I'm going to bust my ass this week and put my garden in and get back to growing my own food. I've heard from so many people like, I don't even know what to eat anymore because nothing tastes right. Nothing tastes good. Nothing sounds good. Food used to be a comfort thing. Can't even have that anymore. Like that is gone from us, right? So if y'all are noticing these things, please understand it's not isolated and you're not alone. You're not. The more we actually name things, and this is another step in the awareness, and in future lives, I'll go deeper into other things we can do. But I don't want to bounce around too much because a lot of times I will throw a bunch of stuff at y'all and then I overwhelm you, and I don't want to do that. Part of becoming aware, really aware, and starting to take your power back so that you don't feel helpless and hopeless. Name what's going on. Name what you notice. Give it a name. Give your emotions a name. Give the activities and actions of others. Give it a name. Call out narcissism. Call out BS lies. Say it. Journal it. If you are feeling like depressed, talk about it, journal it, but name it. Because if you hold it in and you do not give it a name, it is going to push in on you and it will weigh on you. The minute we give something a name, it loses part of its power. Super important to give things the name, like name it. When you rip pieces of bread in half, Sounds like rip paper. Yeah, I'm not eating bread. If I ever eat any kind of bread right now, it's the like Dave's Killer Seed, the 21 seed bread or whatever that is. And that's still got, gluten, but it's healthier than normal bread. And it does have fiber to it. And I've learned to actually enjoy it. I used to not like that bread either. It's definitely a lot more dense, and healthy. But anywho, um, Sky, what's up? Welcome in. That grin gave her away. What grin? What are you talking about? Cartomancy? So yeah. If you guys can start with having honest conversations within yourself and journaling stuff and just calling shit what it is, truly, that gives you power for a number of reasons, and mainly because when we can name something, it's no longer mysterious. It's no longer like, I don't know why I feel like crap. You do know. There's gaslighting going on. There's lies being told. The people are under attack by the people who are supposed to be working for us, right? They're taking our tax dollars. Aren't they supposed to be working for us? There's a lot. I know people are scared because the healthcare costs rising. I know so many people are like, oh my God, what do I have to do to get healthy right now? I'm afraid of losing my health insurance. My premiums are going through the roof and blah, 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 blah. I mean, even my 84-year-old dad, right? I dressed for Halloween just dressed up for Halloween just as a pick me up. I love that. Oh, the narcissist grin. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Should name that too. Do what you can as a pick me up for you. Literally. Right? Do what you can. I mean, look, there's very few things I find massive amounts of pleasure in right now outside of my family, my work, and talking to spirit and my dogs. Like, I don't have a whole lot of desire to travel right now. And I'm a Sag. Sages like travel. I don't feel like going that many places, right? Um, I do get a lot of joy in helping people right now, and easing tension for people and showing up and being there for them in whatever way I can right now, because it's at least an action I can take. I just wait for my happy post in the groups. Something big has happened and I'm ready to share it. What? I want to know. It is depressing. Yeah. But like all right now, I'm working really hard at getting my skin back from chemo. Like, chemo aged me by about 10 years. Now on TikTok, y'all, I have a filter on. Y'all can't see. Over on YouTube and Facebook, I'm sure you guys can see my spots. And I've been doing skincare to get rid of the spots that chemo brought on. Chemo aged the living hell out of my face. So I'm trying to work on that. That is my guilty pleasure right now. Twice a day. Take care of your skin. It makes me feel better. Makes me feel like I have some control. And it's working. Finally. It's been 2 months. It's working. I don't really have a whole lot outside of my normal routine that I feel like doing. Like a lot of people, not a lot of people want to go out and do stuff, right? Everyone's like, just stay home. Gardening gives me a sense of, I like gardening. Having my hands in the dirt and growing food makes me happy. Having a garden and growing food for my entire family and potentially some of my neighbors makes me even more happy. Just things like that. Like, I've been out a lot this week getting soil and compost and plants, right? Brenda's saying, yes, I want to stay home these past 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. I hear ya. It's craziness going on. And we're not even talking San Antonio crazy. Like, if you guys saw the freeway situation here in San Antonio, it is a nightmare. All of Texas freeways right now across the state are being worked on, but holy hell, San Antonio has a reputation for really bad roads and horrific traffic and all kind of stuff. So I'll know after the live. You're going to tell me? I can't wait. I'm excited. Sky's saying, yeah. So whatever little guilty pleasures you guys have, as far as staying home, stay home. If you're going to stay home, I'm going to tell you this. Just because you're at home doesn't mean that you have to become super isolated and insular, though, because that becomes a little dangerous if you become too isolated, right? This is spoken from a person who's worked from home since the late 90s. Typically, I have people around all the time, though, so I'm not really ever alone. But if you feel like I don't want to go anywhere, I just want to stay home, I don't want to be around people, don't make that a habit. Because I'm telling you, there are people, and this happened during the lockdown. See if you guys can relate to this. A lot of people, when everyone was locked down, had a really hard time re-engaging after being at home for months on end. Even the kids had a hard time going back to school. Yeah, they miss their friends, and kids are much more adaptable, but everybody had a little bit of a hard adjustment because they were used to their own safe environment. It feels safer for you to stay home. I hear that. And I understand. So then we go out in little bits. But part of that is you can set up energetic protection around yourself so that you don't feel like you're not safe when you're out. A. B, maybe go with a friend or with a neighbor so that you're not alone if you're not feeling safe. Make a way to go and do things so that you're not at home and isolated, right? Yeah, people were standoffish. Yes. Still struggling with that. I can see how the walls are closing in. When you get used to being isolated and within your own safety zone, it's I want to say a false sense of security, right? But it's a control issue too. Like, you're still on guard. It's a survival mode thing. It's like when we get depressed, especially women, when we get depressed, we just want to hide in our rooms under the covers and never come out. Right? That time of the month, like you're just like, nobody talk to me. I'm gonna hide in my little cave because I feel safe there. Like, that's what we do. And then when we have to come out, it doesn't feel like, how do we do that now? And I know the fear has been built up in the media and everything else, trying to get people more controlled like that. They want us in fear. So to be rebellious, don't be. Know that that is the point with the narrative and the mainstream bullshit, is to get you scared and get you controlled and get you to do not stay home. Do not stay by yourself. You made it to the protest, me too, which was really good, really nice. That was hopeful. Like, I hope there's another one soon, because that actually, the energy of that was so, being a part of that, it was so hopeful. It was nice to get out and talk to neighbors. It was nice to meet new people. It was nice for us all to be of like mind with one intention. And that's what I'm telling you. They don't want that from us. So we need to give them more of that. Hearing you talk about it, it's false sense of security for me. Yeah, it is. It really is. And I'm not saying that to upset anybody, but truly it just becomes habitual, right? And in some ways it's a low level of depression because we're no longer able to see outside. Now, I don't feel depressed. I probably will start actually today of all days. I started to see some things I actually want to go and do locally. But here in Texas, y'all, nobody wants to go outside during the day. It gets over 100 degrees, and with humidity, it's hell. It's like walking in a sauna. Nobody wants to do that. And I haven't been able to because since having chemo, I have nerve damage. So when my body temperature reaches a certain point, my whole upper body feels like I'm getting stung by 1,000 bees at one time. So I have not been able to do a lot outside. um, I'm looking forward to finally, with the cooler weather, being able to get out there and go walk around and do things outside of the house, and explore some things without having to worry about hurting. Right. That was the other part of being a little concerned about putting together my garden. But funny, we had cooler temperatures. I did it early in the morning before the sun was even really up, and we had cooler temperatures. So, and then our temperatures dropped drastically to the point of holy hell. Ashley, did you guys get hail? Was it yesterday? Like that was some crazy stuff. We had small hail, not like Corpus Christi, where golf ball size and baseball size hail was coming down. We had just little gravel size hail. So let me say this too before I go. I don't know if you guys were seeing a lot of this stuff out on, like, a lot of people are putting up videos about Three Eye Atlas and all these channelings of this, that, and the other thing, and the feeling that I get behind that, because a couple of you have asked me, what do I think about those things? So let me just tell you what I think. I don't have a truth energy behind it, like that, oh, this is true, you should listen. Like I have wishful thinking kind of vibe behind it. Do you guys know what I mean by that? Cartomancy, I'm curious to see what you say about that too. Like I just don't feel like these people that are all coming on social media and they're like, I connected with the beings on Three Eye Atlas and they have messages from the Palladians. Nothing about that feels right to me, real to me. None of it. None of it. Just, yeah. And if you've been watching that and maybe it gave you some hope, I'm not here to bust your bubble. I'm just saying, like, a lot of and I see it all on social media as well. Like I have a message from the aliens, and yeah, it's like those messages are always so fluffy and so fucking vague and non-helpful. Am I the only one? I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, but for real, like watch what you're listening to. Right? Distraction behind it. Yeah, for sure. But it's also that people are grasping for hope right now. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. We should all have hope. But our hope's going to come from knowing that we are taking actions and we are gathering together and we are holding the line with energy of love and intentions of peace and compassion and change. And we're building things for ourselves and those around us that are lasting and useful. Some of this stuff that I see going on out there is still the same things of like, they're coming to save us. They ain't coming to save us. They're not. Yep. Exactly, Stabby Unicorn. The hope is in the doing. When you take action and you are actually doing something, you will have hope. When you sit in your head and try to talk to the aliens, I'm sorry, but unless there's specific things they're saying you need to do, which I have not heard from any of these channelers, I just don't buy it. I just can't. They're running away. The plane, yeah. Yeah. I was joking around with Andy the other day. I was like, if 3i Atlas is actually an alien, like a big alien ship or whatever, they ain't here to take us. They're here to take whatever aliens are still on the planet. They're like calling them home. Hey, come on. That planet's falling apart. Like, let's go. They're not for normal human beings. I mean, I know everybody wants to feel special. I get it. But again, that's the vanity stuff. That's that whole rise of the selfish, self-centered, narcissistic bullshit that we're fighting right now. Kind of every man for himself and me, me, me. We don't need more of that. What we need is community building, grassroots efforts, local connections, and even online connections with like-minded people. Talk to the people, support one another. That's what we need. Right? Yep, you're out of here, time to go. Right? Like if they were coming, they're coming for theirs. They're not coming for us. There's billions of us. They're not coming for us. But some people think, well, if I can channel them, the aliens are the real rapture. Seriously, like I think they're like hauling their own home, if anything. But they ain't talking to the wannabes that are making videos about it. And I'm sorry, but if I was an alien and I got the signal like they're coming to get me, finally, thank you, because this planet's insane. I'm not making videos about it. I'm not making videos about it. I'm not even saying goodbye to social media if my alien leaders are coming to get. Like, that ain't what I'm doing. I'm waiting and I'm getting on board and we're going. And we can watch the shit show from afar. Those humans have lost their marbles. For real, right? How fast can you get here? But the amount of views on those videos concerns me greatly. Seriously. The amount of views on rage bait and a lot of the bullshit I see out there, and everybody wants to jump in and give their opinion and give their point. Like, even that concerns me. Like, can we please bring some sanity back? Can we please? I did get to watch a bunch of videos. There's a guy on TikTok who, goes and he used to be homeless. So he goes and helps homeless people, puts them in a hotel, helps them find a job, gets them some clothes, gets them a meal. Like that makes me happy. Those are things we can do. That's the action thing that will give you hope, because you become the hope for somebody else, right? That's what I'm talking about. And the whole thing about even like religion, I live in megachurch area, right? Texas. There's a girl on TikTok in San Antonio who raises chickens and has eggs. And she started this thing on TikTok. She's like, I've got eggs. Send me a message. It turned into this whole thing today where now a bunch of people that are growers were bringing their eggs, and then a bunch of people came and donated food. And like it turned into this entire food distribution thing today, all from individuals. That's what I'm talking about. That's the shit I'm talking about. We have to be there for one another. And then we've got to hold the lawless one's feet to the fire, period, end of story. We cannot wait for someone else to do it. It's got to come from us. And it's got to start in the States. And it's got to start with individuals. They want us to be scared. They don't want us talking. I mean, have you guys seen all the videos about, they're checking through social media? They're scanning your social media. They're using AI to do it. And if you're anti-Christian and you're anti-Trump and you're anti-conservative and you're blah, 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 then, your name goes on a list. I'm proud to be on that list if I'm on that list. I am proud. I would be disgusted with myself if I wasn't on that list. Because it would mean I'm being chicken shit and quiet. Put me in your damn list. Right? I don't give a shit. Put me on your list. You're not going to shut me up. Put me on your list. You're not going to get me scared, too scared to stand up for people's rights. But that is, I see video after video after video of the propaganda of they're watching you. They're surveying your social media. They're surveying the Ring cameras. All of that is fear propaganda, y'all. That's all meant to make you all feel like, oh, I got to behave and comply. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like, they want us scared, do the opposite. That's the narc way, right? Twist the narrative, bully you, say whatever you got to say. That's the narcissist way. If you have not read my blog, either go to my website, bernadettegold.com, click on blog, and read my blog about narcissistic leadership, or go to Substack. Learn what it looks like. We are all of us, being narcissistically abused right now. And the mainstream media is part of it. Social media is part of it. And if you didn't realize how much you were being gaslit, start paying attention. Like I said, awareness is key to empowering yourself. Name it. Name it. Because the minute you do, it's not so scary. Not so scary. When you can name something, when you can call it out and identify it, half the battle. Half the battle is being able to see this stuff. And then you can do something about it, right? I know that the narrative's been twisted, and I know how much you just want to reach through the TV screen or your phone screen when lies are being told and being propped up as truth, and shake the cage of the person doing it. But it's almost every other video right now that we see on social media and every news channel, right? Justice for others, I stand up for people's rights. We have to. We have to. We have to stand up for ourselves, and we have to stand up for others. Because if we do not, we're already just laying down and saying, go ahead, do whatever you want. No, fuck that. It's my planet too. I worked my life, my ass off, to build what I have built, and so have all of you. And you think, you top 1% little billionaire punks, that you can come in and decide who gets to have and who gets to have not now? No. You got booted from TikTok, Miss Ashley, so you're over on YouTube now? How weird is that? Well, that's weird. Not surprising, but it is weird. It's what it is. So yeah, start with awareness. The next time I come live, if you guys want me to, and here's what I'm going to finish as, because it took me a couple of hours to work up the motivation to come on live. You was like, oh, so they booted you out because you were liking the live too much? Go figure. You guys need to tell me if you're gaining anything from these lives. Because see, there's a funny thing with the energy that happens with me, especially lately. Or maybe it's just my own inner battle and struggle with wanting to deal with social media. So glad you did come on. Aw, thank you, Stabby Unicorn. part of me is like, nobody wants to hear from you anymore. They'd rather watch gamers or people selling shit online or these people giving free readings. And even though they're bullshit, blow smoke up your ass kind of stuff, that's what people want. They don't necessarily want to hear what's going on and be given pointers, right? Like, that's what my thinking was. I was scrolling through lives today. And I'm like, should I go live? Should I go live? I know I should go live. No, I don't really want to go live. So, like, whether you're on YouTube right now, whatever channel you're watching me on, Facebook or TikTok, are you getting anything out of it? You'd rather listen to me, Brenda? Aw, thank you. I'm here to help. Like, I truly just want to help you guys. And I truly want you to not feel alone. So I'm willing to tell y'all the crazy stuff, deep diving that I do, where I do come into question. Like, did they fire up the HERP and DARPA bullshit? What are they doing today to fuck with our energy? This is your first time. Welcome. Nice to see you. How do I say your name? Is it Iana? I probably butchered that and I apologize in advance. It's a pretty name though. But did I say it right? Good on me. Welcome in. So yeah, I want to help y'all. Like, and I've been writing a bunch of stuff because I'm getting ready to post another blog about survival mode and kind of even the narcissistic stuff, right? Like some of the narcissist stuff that's happening with the rise of narcissism. I always try to come when you go live. I don't get the notification. Oh, you don't? On YouTube? Oh, cool. Well, at least you got the notification. That's good. All right, look, I'm going to go over some things just so you guys understand and can start sort of identifying this stuff. Remember I told you that narcissism, because they've done a bunch of studies, and narcissism is on the rise. And I'm in my own mind somewhat of an expert at narcissism because I've been dealing with it for my whole freaking life with a mother who's a narcissist and then relationships that followed and yada, yada, yada. It starts to sort of show up differently when we're talking about a massive amount of people in the population. And we know that there's a certain party that's more narcissistic. You appreciate my lives. Aw, thanks, Muse. So I'm going to go over some things, like some of my notes. I have not fully written my blog stuff yet, but it's coming this week. I got busy with my garden. But I want you guys so that you guys can kind of understand with the massive amounts of polarization politically, that actually can drive higher numbers of narcissism. Did you know that? Put yes or no in the comments. Because you have a stronger political tribalism energy happening. Right? Yeah, it's crazy. So it does, the politics will drive higher numbers of narcissism, especially within that rivalry dimension. You get more entitlement and more antagonism when you have these political divides. And when you have a leader who every psychologist and expert has already said, malignant narcissist. The one that's harder to read is the vulnerable narcissist. And we can talk about that in a future live stream because some people actually get like the vulnerable narcissist. A lot of people have in their life and they don't even know they're narcissistic. They just think they're victims. Like, they just play a slightly different cycle. Anywho, so think because of the political tribalism, they become unable to see an outside point of view, right? This year alone, 2025, narcissists are more likely to be politically active online. You guys have seen it, right? In comments. It isn't that even there's more of them. There are. It has risen. It's just they have more permission now because they have a leader that's cheering them on. And the mainstream media is like, all good, right? Well, Fox is at least. Social media gives narcissistic personalities the perfect stage. Did you know that? And it is driving part of this rise in what we're seeing increased in narcissism, right? But we have both, and this is, like I said, we can talk more about vulnerable narcissists in future episodes, but like we are seeing both vulnerable narcissists and malignant grandiose narcissists on social media right now. The vulnerable narcissists will show up and they'll do live streams or they'll do videos and they're like, this happened to me, that happened to me, poor me, I'm so sensitive, anxious, and misunderstood, I'm the victim, blah 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 blah. And then they get people to jump on their side and it feeds the ego. You guys have seen those videos, right? I know I have. I'm like, holy hell. But then what we're used to seeing is the more grandiose narcissists, the CKs of the world, the dumpy pants of the world, right? Who appear really confident, who appear to have so much authority, but in reality, all they're really doing is dominating and they're hyper insecure. But they are dominating and they're getting rewarded by views. So whether their views are on the news or their views are on social media, those numbers have climbed and the algorithm is rewarding them. Plain and simple. Especially now. There's more censorship when it comes to truth, and there's more liberal views, and the algorithm feeds that other stuff. So that's another reason why we're seeing a rise of it, and almost like an overwhelming number of those kinds of posts coming across our feeds because it's being rewarded. So you're not crazy if you actually are starting to notice that, right? Hey, Rox, what's up? Since about, I would say, 2017, 18, we've seen a rise, of it being sort of publicly acceptable, right? We used to look at narcissism and be like, that is a bad thing. Like, now it's so acceptable. It's like so normal. It blows my mind how acceptable it's become. A lot of the dark traits of narcissism are actually applauded as ambition, as they're charismatic. Oh, look at how accomplished they are. When actually it's just entitlement on display. Do you know what I mean? Is this making sense to you guys? Like, that is what we see. It's like entitlement on display. And this dominant bullshit of me getting rewarded by views and shares and engagement, it drives it even higher. That's why we're seeing more of it. And so if you're sensitive, you're an empath, like, you wonder why you constantly feel like your energy's under attack. Well, that would be why. Because it's not authentic either. And you can feel that there's something sinister underneath. You can feel that there's a dark layer there, and it is dark. A lot of people now are confusing the truth of confidence and not even taking into consideration competence. Ooh, you get the views, you must be an authority. Like, no, no, it's not how that works. And then the antagonistic attitudes and the antagonism that narcissists actually seek out because it becomes their food supply. The media feeds that and it confirms that, oh yeah, I'm so great, look at how many views I have, I'm superior, look, the news is showing me again, right? But the reality is they avoid any kind of news. Narcissists tend to avoid we've got one Cheeto in the White House, literally got a Cheeto, that they don't let him see anything that might actually be true that people are talking about. They avoid any kind of news that challenges their worldview. And then that just strengthens their echo chamber and reduces their empathy. We are seeing it on the rise more and more and more, and it's being rewarded. But doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that they're winning or outnumbering those of us who are not narcissistic. Okay. I want to be very clear about that. Welcome in unapologetically chaos. It was a long name. Welcome in. Hey Dennis, what's up? Part of the reason I think that it is so in our face is because the algorithm's rewarding it. The other part of it is I think people like me who have a following, who have a platform, who is used to doing lives. I mean, I've been doing YouTube and Facebook long before TikTok for years. A lot of us are just like, there's so much noise. And I've been saying this over and over to people, like, there is so much garbage noise out there. I don't want to add to it. Now, and my battle of whether or not I even wanted to come on tonight and do a live, knowing I needed to, knowing I promised to on Wednesday, but then I couldn't move my head, so I could not come on live. But there's that battle of, do they care? Am I helping? Is it useful? Like, I don't want to add to the noise because there's so much there. And so I go into a little bit of an internal battle of like, maybe I just don't. I think that I'm not the only one who battles that right now. I think there's a lot of people staying quiet because, too, I'm not all hyping up, begging y'all for gifts, doing battles and all this stuff on TikTok. I'm not out there promoting a bunch of stuff on my YouTube channel, my Facebook. Like, I'm literally just trying to show up and be of some service and offering some wisdom, truth, and light to the whole situation from a higher vantage point. I'm not here to get freaking famous. I'm not here for any of that, right? Like, yes, I help people. That is what I do. I have great results. And if some of you find me through my lives and you go check out my website and my services and my blogs and everything else, and you think that I can help you and you become a client, great. Most of the time, that's how I've gotten my clients along the last 25 years, is sort of either someone saw me do a talk or they were referred to me, word of mouth. Built my entire business word of mouth. But the energy that has been coming at you guys and me all at the same time has made me really question, can my voice and what I have to offer break through the amount of insanity that is just constant, and is it worth it? That's the way I've been thinking. So it does help me to know whether or not any of this is valuable to you guys. Is it helpful? Does it help you feel like, A, you're not alone? Does it help you feel like, okay, I got a grip on this? Good reminder. I got to go do something. I can't just hide at home. I'm not crazy. The energy's wonk. It's going to be okay. Even if it doesn't feel okay, even if it doesn't look okay. Like, is it helpful? And those are the things I need to know because I'm battling it right beside all of you. Obviously, sanity won out, spirit won out, and told me to come on live. Go on live. Just go. Do it. So easy once you stop doing it to not do it some more. And that's like exercise, right? The minute you stop working out, it's so easy to not go to the gym. Moving forward, my hope is that I can be more consistent, but also that I don't have to be biting my tongue. Part of why I haven't been coming on the last month and a half as much as I used to is because of the violation thing. Like I've been having to play very cautiously. Literally, I'm one away from losing my entire account. I have to be so careful and it's so hard. And I'm at the point now where it's like I'm willing to risk it. So I'm back. And if my account disappears, you guys know where to find me. Same name, Bernadette Gold, and the number 1 on YouTube. I have a Substack. I have a website, bernadettegold.com. Super simple. You guys know where to find me, right? And at this point, I'm willing to lose it just to show up and tell the truth and be a voice of reason and not hide. Your perspective is valuable to us. Keeps us grounded. Thank you. I appreciate that. Me and the gym girlfriend, same, right? Same. So thank you for letting me know. You know, I'm not here to have hundreds of people on the live. Funny, like I don't have that many people sitting over on YouTube and Facebook right now watching me live. However, my numbers after the fact of people watching the replays actually is starting to grow again because I've become more consistent. So that's good too. We need voices that stand together. So thank you. I love that. And you're right. Justice for owners. Like you're right. We all need to continually gather together. And I want to hear from you guys. While I can't bring people up on YouTube and Facebook to take part in the conversation, I can on TikTok. It's going to be funky if I'm running YouTube and Facebook at the same time. But if you're in my Discord community, remember the meetup we did and we had so much fun. I actually want to do another one of those in the upcoming weeks. Maybe next week. I would really like for us to gather together into another Zoom. And if y'all on Facebook and YouTube are interested and you're not in my Discord, just send me a message or email me, Bernadette at bernadettegold.com. And if you want to be part of that Zoom community meetup, let me know. We had fun. It was fun. We were laughing. And then you guys get to give me your opinions too. And like, how are you dealing with stuff? Right now, I think it's things like that. You know, grab a cup of tea, grab a drink. Like, let's get together and talk about stuff. Right? Yeah, I think we should do it. So my plan is that we can do it in the next week or 2 weeks. You guys let me know. Actually, not 2 weeks. I have a guest. Andy's actually coming to visit. And then my granddaughter has the Nutcracker performance on the 16th, but we could always do like a Saturday. So this coming weekend would be good if you guys want to gather together and chat, hang out on like I'm thinking Saturday night. You know, what time works for you? Let me know. Put in the Discord if you want. And yeah, let's just hang out in a Zoom and chat. Have some fun. Have some laughs. Let your hair down. Get some support, right? And just have fun. That's what the community stuff's about. Maybe tell us what you're doing for yourself and getting through these things. Give each other ideas. It shouldn't all fall on me, not within the community. We have a lot of smart cookies in my community. We have a lot of spiritual people too, and they're grounded. So yeah, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. We'll talk about it in there when and where. And then for the rest of y'all, like if you want to join us for the meetup in the Zoom, you are welcome to. And if you're not in my Discord, again, email me or message me, Bernadette@bernadettegold.com, or just go to my website and there's a contact thing you can just click on. There's that. So I'm writing the post now while listening. Bring on more lives. Cool. Rocks on YouTube. You went through melanoma cancer. I'm sorry, hun. That's no fun. That is no fun. You lost a lot of weight. Well, I hope you're recovering well. I know that battle yeah. I lost a lot of weight too, and now I'm like, I wish that weight had stayed off. Not all of it, but like, ugh, whatever. Anywho, I hope you get better. I hope you get better. Same with you, Cartomancy. I hope you're feeling better. And you're healing well. And for all of you on TikTok, thanks for joining. I'm going to jump off. I will talk to you guys later. I promise I will come back this week in the evening time. We don't have any Wednesday night things, so I might be able to come back Wednesday. But if stuff develops, I will come back. I will come back. You know, I'll be here. I'm trying to make myself, because I battle the same stuff of just like, let me tune out. It's been a long day. So yeah. All right. I will see you guys later. Have a good night. Thank you